Subscribe to ULO to get all your weekend and racing festival tips. Every subscriber helps with our advertising revenue, so feel free to get your friends on board. And later in the week, be sure to check out our ULO Weekender podcast, where Barney gets me, Jay Seller, Katie, or Marie Francois into Studio 11 for a deep dive into the big races coming up. Well, it's Guineas weekend at the Curragh, so that's where we'll be on Saturday and Sunday. Brussels can take the opener for Aidan O'Brien, where, although Kansas has a race under his belt, Ryan Moore prefers Brussels, and that's good enough for me. Later on, in the Emerald Mile, I'm going to take a bit of a chance in this big field handicap and say that Oisin Murphy can get a good tune out of Lord Church. It could be a canny piece of placing by Emmett Mullins, and he can only come on for the seasonal reappearance run at Limerick the last day, where he finished with a bit of zest to take third. Quicker ground here will help, and I'll be betting that he's going to place at the very least with Oisin Murphy in charge. Over in England, at Haydock Park, I'll be taking the chance that Rafe Beckett's Starlust is ready to roll on his first run since finishing down the field behind the brilliant Ka Ying Rising in Hong Kong. That December race was over 6 furlongs, but he's back to 5 here, the trip that saw him get a Grade 1 at Del Mar last November, for which he runs under a penalty in this Group 2. Jim Goldie's American affair is worthy of lining up in this grade, while Jonathan Portman's Rumstar comes here on the back of a win in the Palace House at Newmarket. Saturday's nap is Running Lion, lining up in the Hedge of Oak Stakes for John and Thaddy Gosden, in what is going to be a big day for the father and son team. I'm finding the run in the Dahlia Stakes at Newmarket the last day easy to ignore, and dropping to this listed level does make life easier. So with form on good to firm ground from Royal Ascot last year, I'm expecting a big run under Kieran Fallon. Running Lion was good enough to finish second to stablemate Friendly Soul in the Group 1 Prix de l'Opéra at Paris-Longchamp last year, and she really should be winning this. My next best goes in the big one, the Irish 2,000 guineas. It hurts me to say it, but this classic is going back to England with Field of Gold. He went mighty close to taking the 2,000 guineas at Newmarket 3 weeks ago, possibly leaving too much to do when Charlie Appleby's ruling court got first run, but the winning distance was just half a length, so there's not too much to make up. Colin Keane has got the ride, and despite the wide draw, Field of Gold has shot to the top of the markets this week. The one that Colin Keane is going to have to keep tabs on is Jessica Harrington's Hot as Hell, who was 4 from 6 last season, and does look a bit special. My only concern is the form at the yard, but Hot as Hell should go well, while Aidan O'Brien's Officer looks the Ballydoyle first string with Ryan Moore aboard. Oisin Murphy won the locking last week, so could have a part to play with Cosmic Year, but my money's on Colin Keane and Field of Gold. In the cocked hat at Goodwood, I'll be saying that this is straight fight between Rafe Beckett's Amalok and William Haggis's Opportunity. I have to side with the unbeaten Amalok, whose win here the last day over a mile gave me the impression that he's going to go further, and this is Amalok's chance to prove just that. Of course, Opportunity holds a Derby entry, and if this Frankel colt can build on his last run at Haydock Park is sure to figure. Paul and Oliver Cole's seaplane is also regarded, and by Golden Horn should have the stamina to see out this trip, so these are my 3. In the sandy lane at Haydock, loyalty tells me to go for Adrian Murray's Arizona Blaze, but I do think that Mick Appleby's Big Mojo might have his measure. He was too good for them all in the Commonwealth Cup trial at Ascot the last day, and it might be the case that the wind-up before that run has made some improvement, though Charlie Appleby's Symbol of Honour has been heading the markets this week after winning the Carnarvon at Newbury last week. I'm of the opinion that's a quick turnaround even for a sprinter, so my head's telling me Big Mojo, while my heart wants to see this go back to Ireland with Arizona Blaze. A real cracking sprint in store, but Big Mojo edges it for me. I think the Greenlands is going to my mate Alfie, chiefly at the expense of the highly touted Stormboy. There's been plenty of money going down for Aidan O'Brien's Stormboy this week, the Australian import now housed at Ballydoyle. but this Justify colt has been off the track since October, and Royal Ascot looks the main target this season. With Lethal Levi sure to set a frantic early pace, I'll take my mate Alfie to benefit and take this.